Good morning, and welcome to a night that may go down as one of the most electrifying moments in Asian tennis this decade. If you love an underdog story, if you believe in grit over reputation, if you live for the sound of a stadium completely erupting, you're in the right place. This is Dubai. This is the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. And this is the night everything changed. What began as a routine title defense for a reigning champion turned into a revolution, led by a fearless 20-year-old from the Philippines. The headline is simple. Alexandra Eala has done the unthinkable. She didn't just beat the defending champion. She dismantled, battled, and ultimately dethroned Italy's powerhouse, world number 8 Jasmine Paolini. Let that sink in. This wasn't a walkover. This wasn't an injury retirement. This was a fight. 1 hour and 40 minutes of belief, precision, and nerve. The final score, 6-1, 7-6, sealed with a 7-5 tiebreak in the second set. But numbers don't capture the electricity. Inside that stadium, something extraordinary was happening. We talk about home court advantage in sports, usually reserved for athletes competing in their own countries. But on this night, the United Arab Emirates felt like Manila. The Filipino community showed up in force. The stands weren't just full, they were alive. Every swing drew a gasp. Every Eala winner triggered a roar so loud it felt like it could echo all the way to the Burj Khalifa. And on the other side of the net stood Jasmine Paolini, the defending champion. A top 10 titan. A finalist at Wimbledon and Roland Garros. A player who walks into Dubai with authority, because historically, she owns this stage. The script seemed obvious. Paolini dominates, schools the rising star, and cruises into the round of 16. But Alex Eala never read that script. From the very first point, you could see it in her eyes. She wasn't there for the experience. She wasn't there for a photo op with a top 10 opponent. She was there to win. The opening set was breathtaking, a 6-1 masterclass that left fans and commentators stunned. Eala came out swinging, her left-handed forehand carving impossible angles, painting lines with surgical precision. She stretched Paolini, one of the quickest movers on tour, into uncomfortable corners, dictating rallies, refusing to blink. This wasn't luck. This was preparation meeting opportunity. And by the time the first set ended, the tennis world knew, this wasn't just a match. It was a statement completely off court, it was clinical. Precise. Almost frightening in how good it looked. But champions don't fall quietly. And we all knew the counterpunch was coming. In the second set, it did. Jasmine Paolini raised her level. The tempo increased. Rallies stretched longer. The grunts echoed louder. The tension inside the stadium became so thick it felt tangible. Eala went up a break. She led 5-3. She stood on the edge of the biggest victory of her career, serving for the match. And then came the wobble. The nerves crept in. The magnitude of the moment hit. Paolini broke back. She leveled the set. She dragged the young Filipino into the unforgiving arena of a tiebreak. This is where most rising stars falter. They replay missed chances in their minds. They shrink in front of the top 10 titan across the net. They disappear. But Alexandra Eala didn't. This is why we're here. This is why this match matters. In a tiebreak that will be replayed in tennis circles across the Philippines for years, Eala stood her ground. She accessed a reserve of courage that cannot be coached. She silenced the doubts. She absorbed the pressure. And on match point, she unleashed a forehand winner that didn't just end the contest, it detonated the arena. The roar was primal. A collective eruption. Years of belief and expectation poured out in one deafening wave of sound. The defending champion had fallen. Now let's strip away the emotion and examine the mechanics of this upset. To understand how monumental this victory is, we have to appreciate who Jasmine Paolini is. Over the past 2 seasons, she has evolved into one of the most consistent and dangerous ball strikers on the WTA Tour. At 5 feet 4 inches, she defies the modern power player prototype. She wins with explosive foot speed, heavy topspin, early ball striking, and relentless competitiveness. Dubai suits her style. The hard courts are quick but gritty, perfect for players who hug the baseline, take the ball early, and dictate tempo. That's Paolini's blueprint. So how does a 20-year-old ranked outside the top 40 dismantle that? The answer begins in the first set. The 6-1 scoreline might suggest Paolini underperformed. She didn't. She played her standard, aggressive baseline game. The difference was that Alexandra Eala operated at a level we've only glimpsed before, flashes of brilliance like her breakout moments in Miami last season, but sustained and amplified. Two tactical pillars define that opening set: her serve patterns and her return positioning. Eala's left-handed delivery is a natural advantage. Against a right-hander like Paolini, it opens the court wide on the ad side, dragging the opponent off the baseline and immediately creating space for the next shot. Eala used that geometry brilliantly, serving wide, stepping inside the baseline, and finishing with controlled aggression. On return, she disrupted Paolini's rhythm by adjusting her court positioning. Instead of conceding baseline control, she stepped in and took time away, meeting early ball striking with early ball striking. She redirected pace, especially cross-court into Paolini's backhand, preventing the Italian from setting up her forehand dominance. Most importantly, Eala varied height and spin. She didn't allow Paolini to settle into predictable rally patterns. She mixed heavier topspin with flatter drives, altering the bounce and tempo just enough to keep the defending champion guessing. It wasn't reckless shot-making. It was structured aggression. The upset wasn't built on luck or emotion. It was constructed point by point, through intelligent serving, fearless returning, and the composure to execute under extreme pressure. This wasn't just a highlight moment. It was a blueprint for how the next generation challenges the established elite. And in Dubai, under those floodlights, Alexandra Eala didn't just win a match. She announced herself. The left-handed advantage in tennis is real, especially on the ad side, where the serve can swing wide into a right-hander's backhand. But on this night, Alexandra Eala wasn't just spinning the ball out wide and hoping for a weak reply. She was painting the lines. In the opening set, she landed 67% of her first serves. That's solid. But here's the jaw-dropper: she won 86% of the points behind that first serve. That's elite territory. That's the kind of number you associate with powerhouses like Serena Williams or Elena Rybakina, not a player whose serve has occasionally been labeled attackable. By holding serve comfortably, Eala flipped the pressure entirely onto Jasmine Paolini. And against a player who thrives on rhythm and early ball striking, that scoreboard pressure matters. On return, Eala made another crucial adjustment: she stepped in. No floating returns. No defensive chips. She drove the ball deep down the middle, heavy, penetrating, and central. That tactic is vital against someone as quick as Paolini. If you give her angles, she'll stretch you until you're gasping for air. But if you keep the ball deep and central, you deny her geometry. Eala executed this to perfection. She pinned Paolini behind the baseline. Forced shorter replies. And when the opportunity came, she unleashed that whip-like lefty forehand into the open court. The 6-1 set lasted barely 30 minutes. It was a blitz. But great matches aren't defined by dominance alone. They're defined by response. And the second set? That's where this contest transformed from a rout into a classic. Stung by the opening humiliation, Paolini adjusted. She added margin to her shots. Increased net clearance. Rolled the ball higher to push Eala back. The intensity skyrocketed. You could hear the effort in every strike. Paolini broke first. Took the lead. For a moment, it felt like order was being restored, the season top 10 stabilizing, the 20-year-old fading under pressure. But Eala broke back immediately. What followed was psychological warfare. Eala broke again for 4-3. Held for 5-3. And then came a defining moment. At 5-3, Eala was receiving, and she earned 3 match points on Paolini's serve. 3 chances to close the door. But this is why Paolini is a top 10 player. She didn't wait for mistakes. She attacked. She struck clean winners. She saved all 3 match points and held for 5-4. Then Eala stepped up to serve for the match at 5-4. The stadium was deafening. The Filipino crowd chanted. The pressure was almost suffocating. And for the first time, you could see a flicker of inexperience. A tight arm. A couple of shots catching the tape. Paolini sensed it instantly and played bold, deep, aggressive tennis. Break. 5-all. Momentum, that invisible force, had swung entirely to the Italian. You could feel the anxiety ripple through the crowd. Was this about to unravel? Paolini held for 6-5. Now Eala was serving to stay in the set point, 2 set points against her. 2 points away from a deciding third set, and if this went the distance, with Paolini's fitness and experience, the odds would tilt heavily toward the defending champion. But Eala didn't retreat. She didn't wait for errors. She chose courage. On both set points, she went after her shots, aggressive, decisive tennis under maximum pressure. She erased them. Forced the tiebreak. Refused to let the moment swallow her whole. And that was the turning point. Because from there, this wasn't just about technique anymore. It was about nerve. She went for her shots. She held. 6-all. Tiebreak. And what followed was, without exaggeration, some of the highest quality tennis played on the WTA Tour this year. The first 8 points? All winners. No pushing. No nerves. Just fearless shot-making. 4-all. 5-all. It wasn't a tiebreak, it was a shootout. Then at 5-5, the slightest opening appeared. A marginally shorter ball from Jasmine Paolini. Just a fraction inside the service line. That's all Alexandra Eala needed. She stepped in without hesitation and ripped a forehand cross-court to earn match point, her 5th of the night. Now she's serving. She takes a breath. Glances at the crowd. Tosses the ball. The rally builds. Paolini tries to pin her deep into the backhand corner. Eala absorbs the pace and redirects down the line. Paolini scrambles and floats up a defensive lob. Eala moves forward. Lets it bounce. Forehand. Open court. Winner. Game. Set. Match. The reaction was instantaneous. Eala dropped her racket, hands covering her face, disbelief turning to tears in seconds. The camera panned to the stands, absolute pandemonium. Flags waving. Strangers hugging. Fans jumping in unison. It looked less like a tennis match and more like a World Cup final celebration. In her post-match interview, she was breathless. She admitted, "I was trying everything to keep myself in check." She spoke about the crowd, about asking herself during the changeover how many people were praying for her to win. That connection matters. She isn't just playing for ranking points. She's carrying the hopes of a tennis-crazy nation that rarely has a global superstar competing at this level. That weight can crush you, or it can fuel you. Tonight, it was rocket fuel. What this means technically and historically: ranking impact. Beating a top 10 player at a WTA 1000 event like the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships delivers a massive ranking boost. Eala has been hovering around the top 40 to 50 range. This win doesn't just move her up, it changes her status. Stronger seeding protection, fewer brutal first-round matchups, direct entries into major draws, real momentum heading into the 2026 season. This is how trajectories shift. Breaking the top 10 barrier. Eala has beaten big names before, including wins over Iga Swiatek and Madison Keys during her breakout run in Miami last year. But doing it again, against a defending champion, under maximum pressure, proves Miami wasn't a fluke. It proves consistency. The conversation changes now. She's no longer promising. She's no longer one to watch. She's a legitimate threat. What about Paolini? For Paolini, this hurts. Losing as defending champion means ranking points vanish instantly. The drop in the standings will sting. But credit where it's due, she forced Eala to earn every single point. Her second set response showed why she belongs in the elite tier. She didn't collapse. She ran into a player operating at peak level. The next test up next in the round of 16, Serena Kirsty. A completely different challenge. Kirsty hits flatter and harder than Paolini. She'll rush Eala. Take time away. Force quicker decisions. The patterns will change. But after knocking out a defending champion, confidence is sky high. And if the Filipino crowd shows up again, the energy advantage returns. The bigger picture, this match is also a snapshot of where women's tennis is right now. The depth is extraordinary. On any given day, a world number 47 can defeat a world number 8. There are no safe rounds anymore. The physical and tactical evolution of the game means a 20-year-old can match a veteran for nearly 2 hours without fading. And we need to acknowledge the coaching work behind this. Eala's serve placement has improved dramatically. Her transition from defense to offense is sharper. In the past, she could get stuck grinding behind the baseline. Tonight, she hugged the line. She moved forward. She finished points at net. That mindset shift is the difference between top 50 and top 10. Where do we go from here? The Dubai draw just blew wide open. If she replicates the first set level she showed against Paolini, there are very few players who can stop her. A quarterfinal, even deeper, is not unrealistic. But for now, pause. Remember the roar. The tears. The scoreline that reads, Eala def. Paolini. This is why we watch sports. Unscripted drama. Potential realized. A superstar arriving under floodlights. As the noise fades into the desert night, one thing is clear, Alexandra Eala didn't just win a match. She made a statement. To the locker room. To the media. To the world. She is ready for the big stage. She didn't just play a match. She conducted an orchestra of emotion and executed a tactical battle plan with the composure of a seasoned veteran. But we must also acknowledge Jasmine Paolini. The life of a defending champion is unforgiving. You return to a tournament carrying the memory of lifting the trophy, and sometimes you leave with your bags packed in the round of 32. That's the brutal beauty of professional tennis. It demands precision, sharpness, and mental clarity every single day. There are no free passes. Paolini will recover. She's far too talented and battle-tested not to. But tonight belongs to the challenger. Alexandra Eala is into the round of 16 at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. The stakes rise from here. The opponents grow tougher. The margins shrink. But one thing has changed permanently, she will never walk onto that court as just a rising star again. She walks on with belief. With momentum. With proof. Proof that she can stand toe-to-toe with the very best in the world, and win. And she won't be alone. There's an army behind her now. The Filipino wave in Dubai is real. The noise, the flags, the chants, they've become part of the atmosphere. Part of the pressure. Part of the story. We'll be following every serve, every volley, every match point of Eala's journey this week. Don't blink, because this feels like history unfolding in real time. This wasn't just a recap. It was a deep dive into one of the most thrilling upsets of the season. Now I want to hear from you, is this the biggest win of Eala's career so far? Can she ride this momentum all the way to the title? And for the Filipino fans watching, how loud did you scream when that final forehand found the open court? Drop your thoughts below. From Dubai, on a night of pure electricity, the defending champion is out. A new star is rising. Good night, and keep watching the game.